Hey girl.
Hey.
So we saw Buddy last week.
I know, I'm so jealous.
I just wanted to tell you because I know that, like, you've had a thing where, like, you get insecure that, like, people like Buddy more than you, but I was thinking the whole time, like, I was like, if it was Jenny here that we saw, like, it would have been so lit. Like,
Aww.
like, I was like, Buddy, like, seeing Buddy's
Yeah.
exciting and all, but, like, if Jenny was here, like, that would have been tea. Hold on, I'm gonna
I
move
feel
this
like I used
closer.
to, like, this is my therapy session. Everyone in the comments, no one's commenting. Everyone is like, get a journal. And I'm like, this is my moment.
Last week's episode, we got a comment that was like, love the setup.
Oh, I saw that.
I don't know who it was from, but I'm like, thank you.
Thank you,
love
whoever you are. Someone left a comment. Not one of our friends.
No.
But
Thanks,
someone.
guys.
So thank you.
Thanks a lot.
No, but with Buddy, I feel like I used to feel like that more just because I was so insecure about myself. So I just always assumed, like, you guys, like, only want to hang on me because of Buddy. Not everyone, but I feel like that was a big thing, especially working with him. And then I was like, wait, I have friends of my own. And then there was, like, that whole drama with his girlfriend where I was like, that was my friend.
Crazy lore.
That was my friend.
I don't know if we have time to get into that
No,
today.
probably, like, I'll just save it for everyone. Like, no one wants to hear it.
Or we could talk about it, like, in the Buddy episode, so it would be, like, drama.
Yeah. Fist fight
Buddy,
on
yeah,
camera.
Buddy would be, like, defending himself.
Yeah.
Like,
we were just talking about it the other day, actually, because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, remember she said this to me? Me bringing up stuff that happened, like, 6 years ago.
no, but, like,
And I'm
sometimes you
like,
have to do that.
I'm like, why?
Because, like, remember?
Yeah. Well, I think my whole thing...
I forgot to switch this out. I think I had the same one up here last week, but that's fine. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, because I was talking to him. Well, just something I've been talking about in therapy is, like, people being so rude and, like, me taking things so personally. And my therapist is like, well, it's not that she's defending these people, but she's like, sometimes it isn't, like, all about you. Sometimes people just want to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I know you're right, but also, like...
But,
I
like,
feel-
it hurts my feelings.
Yeah, it hurts my feelings. Also, I feel like there's been so many times where I tell people, like, hey, that will make me upset. They do it, I get upset, and then my reaction...
Then you're the problem,
Yeah, my reaction is the problem, and I'm like, you already knew 10 years ago that I'd be upset, so...
Yeah.
That's something I'm working on in therapy. Shout out Sam.
Of course, Noodle chooses right now to, like, chew really loudly
yeah.
on his cardboard, so if you guys can hear, like, something chewing on cardboard, that's Noodle, so
Hey,
I
Noodle.
apologize for that. I was just talking, because Em, like, is trying to work on, like, being more, like, confrontational and stuff like that, and I was just telling them that, like, honestly, like, I feel like sometimes when you, like, are confrontational and you, like, set boundaries, like, no matter how you go about it, like, even if you try to go about it in, like, the nicest way possible, like, people still, like, don't know how to handle that and, like, will get mad at you and, like, like, tweak about it, so...
I love confrontation. Just because,
Me
like,
too.
it's so good to talk about stuff. Like, I've definitely been that person who, like, instead of telling people how I feel, I'm like, let me ghost them. Or, like, let me just... And then it's, like, I just have these feelings of, like, guilt or just, like, feeling like, oh, I should say something. And then when I've had conversations with people, I'm like, wait, I feel so good that I was so honest and stuff. So I'm like, I support confrontation.
Yeah, sometimes, like, even when it goes poorly on, like, the other person's end where, like, they react bad, sometimes it still feels good just because you got it off your chest and you, like, said something about it. So
being honest, 2025.
yes,
Me when I yelled at my coworker. And then I was
normalize
like,
honesty.
yeah, I was like, I'm being so honest this year.
yes.
So that's my thing.
Hey guys,
Hey everyone.
welcome back to oomfies.
Episode 10.
Episode 10. Like, we made
Double
it
digits.
10 episodes. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Kind of big.
Don't remember anything I've said in any other episode. It's all gone.
Who knows?
Yeah. I'm sorry for whatever I've said.
No,
sorry
like,
to
honestly,
anyone.
literally every time because every time after I post the episode, even though I'm the one that I edit the episodes, and so, like, I have to listen to everything we say, I still watch it, like, after uploading it, because, you know, I just gotta make sure, you know?
I always
feel
watch
like
and
I feel like I always say at least, like, one cancelable thing per episode, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or said it that way, but, like, you know, whatever, like, if I get canceled down the line, like, sorry, guys.
I know, there's been times I want to come back and be like, I meant this actually, but also I'm like,
yeah.
I'm
then
like,
it's like,
no one's
whatever.
even commenting. No
Yeah,
one's even,
literally.
if it was a problem, someone would
Or
text
20
me.
viewers, yeah. Like,
Someone would text me, someone would comment, or I'm like, no one said anything, but there have been things I've said where I'm like, I kind of meant it, but I meant it a little bit differently,
Yeah.
like, don't be offended. So, I don't know.
Real.
Maybe if you guys left a comment, then I'd, like,
Yeah,
care
then-
more
yeah.
to
But nobody
address it.
nobody
but
cares, I guess, so
yeah,
it's
so
fine.
Thank you, everyone.
rip Pope Francis.
Oh, I saw that.
We're gonna have to watch Conclave tonight in honor of Pope Francis
Rest in
dying,
peace.
I think. So I guess the double feature will be Jennifer's Body and Conclave.
Oh, yeah. I saw that because Trisha Paytas is pregnant right now.
Oh my god, I literally, when I saw that he died, my, like, literal initial reaction was like, wait, when is Trisha due for her baby? Like, is it soon?
I honestly don't know, but I know that
I know she's pregnant,
I feel like it might be soon-ish. Like, I have no clue. But it's just funny that it keeps happening,
like,
which
I'm like,
is insane.
literally, when is she due, you guys? Like,
Emmy, look it up. Emmy on the case right now.
But
I
well, that's actually, like, because I'm like, we were just talking about cancelable things we said, and then I'm like, okay, Pope Francis, like, I have to say that, like, I feel like there's several episodes where we've been talking about, like, Catholicism and, like, Christianity, and I probably say, like, cancelable things about it, but I just have to, like, put out there that, like, I was, like, raised Catholic. We both were. And so, like, if I'm, like, dunking on, like, Christianity or, like, Catholicism, like, it comes from a place of, like, I have trauma, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just want to say that and be like, I'm not just, like, shitting on a religion that I don't know anything about, but...
July.
Ooh, okay.
I love... Okay, I'll talk about that, and then we'll go back to Trisha Paytas, because I feel like last time, too, when we were talking about love on the spectrum and, like, certain people on the show, I was, like, trying to so hard to be, like, not everyone is like me, you know, like, okay, I have to be, like, just because that's not my reality, it doesn't mean, like, it can't be someone else's, so I was like, let me be normal, let me, like, shut the fuck up for a second, and just be, like, people can have their different thoughts than me. Huge discovery.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, okay.
But I'm just gonna say my opinion anyways, even though it's like, okay, well, maybe people just think differently, but I'm like, but this is what I think, like, you guys.
You're like, preface before I hurt your feelings.
Yeah, like,
this is why I'm saying that. But going to Trisha Paytas, I do love the names that she has, like, for her kids. And then when people are like, what are you going to name your next kid? And people on TikTok have theories. They're like, I think she'll name her kid, like, Hollywood. I'm like, that would be
What are her kids' names now?
Well, I'm like, Malibu Barbie is one of them. And then another one.
Like, first name is Malibu Barbie, or is it, like...
I don't know if it's, like...
First name, middle name. Okay.
I think... Well, it's definitely Malibu is the name. And
that's
then...
cunty,
Elvis.
It's Malibu Barbie.
Oh, okay.
Google it says her first child, Malibu Barbie.
Yeah.
Like, that's honestly cunt.
I love her, because she's talked about different name ideas she's had before, and she said, like, Gerard Way, and I'm like, that's so funny.
Yeah,
like,
it kind of is.
Sugar
like,
cookie. I'm like, yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
That would be me, though. I feel like people would be like, Jenny, that would be you if you had a kid.
Yeah.
Like, my kid would be Sugar Cookie. I feel like I'm so excited.
Your kid would be Jennifer's Body.
Yeah. Jennifer and Jennifer's Body.
Yeah. Also, I dyed my hair. I just have to point that out.
I love it.
Before, yeah.
All
I
the
literally
comments.
just did that.
Oh my god, who is that?
And it feels crazy because, like, well, first of all, my mom did it, and I said I wanted to do light brown, and then she just did dark brown because she just did what she wanted to do.
Yeah. She had a vision.
Yeah, no, like, literally, she was like, I want you to have dark brown hair. I was like, okay, like, I guess that's fine. My brother's getting married this weekend.
Yay.
And so, like, after the wedding, I'm shaving my head.
You're like, Mom, make it pink
literally
tomorrow.
Like, whatever, I just need to look like semi-normal for, like, the wedding, so that, like, nobody's mad at me and I can, like, please my brother. But
at the brother's wedding, are you guys mad at me?
Literally, like,
everyone's like, who are you? Sit down.
It feels crazy because, like, I, like, had black hair for, like, so long, like, you know this, like, literally since I was like 13 until I was like, girl, I don't even know, like 21, like, and then I started dyeing my hair, like, different colors, like, lighter and stuff, and then I've kind of been all over the place, but it feels weird to have dark hair again. I'm like, oh my god, returning to my roots.
I know. I need your mom to do my hair and, like, save whatever is happening.
I'm like, yeah, let me go, because, like, when she was finishing mine, she was like, does Emmy need their bangs cut?
Aww.
I was like, I don't know. Why don't you ask them? Before we get into, like, the real meat of the show, which will be, like, Content Cop coming back.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what's coming.
I'm like, I have, like, a few things to talk about. So, saw Lucy Dacus this weekend.
Yay.
It was fun. I didn't get scheduled for it. Of course I didn't. So I was like, okay, fine, I guess I'll fucking buy a ticket, like, the day of. And I did, and we went. So it was me and Emmy, and then Meg and her friend Rachel, who's also our friend, but
Shout out Rachel.
Shout out Rachel. And shout out Meg, who's gonna be on the pod next week. Like, literally so excited.
I love Meg.
So because Meg works at Hobb, she got comp tickets for the show, which, like, I don't know, like, exactly how that works. Like, I think I can get comp tickets too, but I just don't know, like, how it works. But, like, I think she's been working there for, like, a minute now, and this is, like, the first time she's got comp tickets. But the show was at MGM, which is, like, across the street from House of Blues, if you guys, like, aren't from here and don't know. But, like, whatever.
People are like, thank you for that visual.
Yes.
I
yes.
needed
the
that.
literal wild, wild west that is, like, that street.
I love it there.
But, so she got comp tickets, and so she, like, got 2. So, like, those were for her and Rachel. And Em and I had separate tickets. So they had to go to, like, the VIP section, like, the VIP some shit to, like, pick up the tickets. And so we were like, okay, we'll just meet you guys inside. And so, like, we get in, and we got, like, GA floor tickets. And Meg was like, oh, like, our tickets are for, like, the mezzanine for some, like, she thought she was gonna be on floor, but then they were, like, for the mezz. I was like, oh, okay. And so, like, we, after, like, the opener was done, which we missed the first opener, I don't know her name, but then, like, Katie Gavin was the second opener. So, like, after Katie, Meg was like, just come up here, like, I think it should be fine. And so we went up there, and we're, like, sitting with them, and they're, like, showing us, like, when they got their tickets, like, they gave them, like, a wristband for, like, the VIP lounge. They gave them a wristband for, like, the after show. And, like, they had these, like, really nice seats in the mezzanine. Meg. Yeah. And, like, literally they gave her this, which I took a picture of it because it literally was so fucking funny. It was, like, this slip of paper like this, and it said,
that looks like a fortune cookie.
Literally. At the conclusion of the show, please gather on the floor at the house right door. Tour manager Carly will bring you to the after party.
Okay.
So we're like, whoa, okay, like, not House of Blues, like, hooking you the fuck up. Like, this is crazy.
Will Phoebe be there?
Like, hopefully, like, all of Boy Genius there, like,
Maddie Healy.
Bo Burnham.
We're not knowing anything about it. I'm like,
Bo Burnham will
like,
be there.
buzzwords. I'm like, Taylor Swift is there.
Just, like, every celebrity ever. So we're like, oh my god, that's, like, fucking crazy. Meanwhile, we're sitting there waiting for, like, Lucy to come on, and this, like, employee comes up to them and is like, are you, and then, like, says, like, Meg's full name, and they're like, yeah, and she's like, I need you guys to come with me. And, like, they literally got, like, black bagged and, like, brought, I don't even know where the fuck they brought them. Like, and we were like, what is going on? Literally, like, they're taking them out back to shoot them. Yeah. Like, what's going on? And so they were, like, missing for a while. We're like, literally, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
They come back and we find
Meg's on stage.
Literally, like, they come back and we find out that, like, they gave them, like, the wrong tickets. Like, because, like, they were for someone that was, like, their name was, like, Emma, and then they had the same last name as Meg. Oh, okay. And so I'm thinking, oh, they must have just, like, heard her wrong, like, and then gave her the wrong tickets. But, like, then we were talking about it, and I found out after that, like, Meg literally gave them her ID. Like, full-ass name on there, and they still fucked that up. So, like, it was such a bad fuck-up on their end to, like, do that. But the thing is, like, for the after show, like, the wristbands that they gave, or the after party, the wristbands that they gave for that, like, they only had enough for, like, the people that were gonna be there. So, like, they literally had to, like, take the wristbands off Meg and Rachel and, like, give them to the other person and, like, make them give their tickets back. And it was just, like, literally, like, a humiliation ritual that, like, Meg and Rachel had to go through. And then they were like, I guess you guys can just go on, like, GA floor. And, like,
I guess point, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like, at that point, it was, like, fucking annoying, because then it was like, okay, like, I guess we'll just be in, like, the way back and, like, not see anything. Which, like, I don't really care about, but it was just, like,
you're like, we could have been, like, down there for the last few hours.
I was saying, like, because, like, when they found out they were on Mez, like, Meg was like, maybe we could try to, like, sneak down to the floor. And I just keep thinking about how if they had snuck down, like, when that person came to, like, get them, they wouldn't have found them, and they would have been, like, fucked. Yeah. But then, like, Meg could have still gone to, like, the after party. Like, I was like, damn, you guys should have snuck down.
They
like,
shut down the building. It's like, your car lights are on. It'll be like that. They're like, where's Meg? Like, someone on the stage before the show. Meg, can you raise your hand?
Yeah. Like, come out back now. We have to shoot you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it was just really funny to witness. But, like, other than that, it was a good show. It was a great show.
But I would have been there, like, can I get a set list or something?
Literally,
like, for the trouble. Like, something signed.
Yeah.
Just trying to milk it. Like,
that's,
give
like,
me something.
kind of embarrassing for MGM, but...
Yeah. I'm, like, all my friends work there, so I'm like, guys, like, it's fine.
So, yeah, that was crazy. And then the other...
that was crazy.
That was crazy, you guys. And then the other thing is just that, like, I was gonna say, yesterday I developed my own film for the first time. And it was, like, kind of crazy. Me and Em did it together, and Em's done it before, but I was like, oh my god, like, this is crazy.
It's like
and
Saw.
It's just crazy because I'm like, how did they even, like, come up with this? Like, I don't...
figured it out.
Like, because
that's what
I have been shooting, like, film for, like, a while now, but, like, I literally don't fucking understand how it works. Like, I do it, and, like, I know how to shoot it and stuff, but it's just, like, I don't understand this. Like, what do you mean it, like, develops in light? Like, what is this? What are these chemicals we're using to develop it? I literally do not understand how this works, but, like, okay.
I know, I took a class in high school, like, photography class, and there was... Is it a black room? What's it? A dark room. They had... I mean, wants to kill me. We had one of those, like, in the school, and I remember in our class we would, like, develop pictures
you did that
stuff.
in your class? That's sick.
But I don't remember it. It's been so long since I've done that because it was in high school, but I'm like, we had to do that.
I literally was writing down all the steps so that I don't forget them.
Like, I'll never forget this.
But it was cool. Somehow, Em and I, like, literally, like, developed our film in, like, the same thing. And somehow, like, M's, like, turned out better than mine, which I'm, like, mad about, because I'm, like, literally, of course, like, what do you mean? Like, we literally did the exact same thing. Like, how did that happen? But...
Well, next time you'll be a pro at it.
Hopefully, yeah. But, you know. So, those are my updates. Do you have any updates from last week?
Not really. I think... Well, I rewatched the episode. This is not an update at all. I just something to talk about. Because you had said something like, oh, what are the places that have, like, the worst customers? So I was, like, trying to think. And I was thinking Spencer's would be up there. But only because of the teenagers that would, like, come in and be like, oh, my God,
looking at the sex toys.
Yeah, and I just would hate dealing with that.
Wait, did you work there, too?
No.
Oh.
No, I just mean, like, that would be one of the places where it would be, like, the customers.
Aren't they, like, owned by the same people or something?
So. It's something similar. Because I think when I worked at Hot Topic, they were like, you can't also work at Spencer's at the same time. But I think that rule, like, it's gone now.
Huh.
I was like, okay. Because my manager was like, I might go work there. And I'm like, okay, rebel.
Oh, okay.
But then, I don't know.
Interesting.
But I was thinking about that. And I was like, okay. But, like, I feel like I'm so, like, Spencer's coded, unfortunately. Like, I feel like I
feel like you're Hot Topic coded.
Thank
Not in
you.
a bad way. Like, in a good way.
Because I'm like, I do love Spencer's, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it'd be fun to work there, but only dealing with normal people, but it's not like that.
Spencer's is cursed because I'm just like, what do you even get there besides like Cookie Monster hats and pajama pants and like sex toys? Like what else do they sell there?
And I just feel like they have T-shirts and just like random
like socks.
Oh, shot glasses. They have a lot of
like
those.
Shit like that.
Thank you guys.
Like okay,
love you, Spencer's.
Shout out Spencer's, I guess. Shout out Spencer from iCarly.
I love him. I love him so much. I don't even know. I honestly, let me look at my notes right now. I'm like, guys,
I didn't even write notes. I just have been kind of thinking about what I'm going to talk about, and then I was like, I should probably write this down, but
my notes are
just going to raw dog it.
It's just me thinking that I have stuff to talk about, and then it's nothing interesting at all. Like, one of my notes is literally, my wax lady is leaving. Like, that's my note. Because I went the other day to get a wax, and then it wasn't her, it was, like, a different girl, so I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, because I had to reschedule it.
Wait, guys, they're doing 10 Things I Hate About You and Clueless at the Coolidge. Yeah, I just got an email about it. Like, we kind of have to go. I don't think on the same day, but, like, they're doing both of them, so.
Oh, yeah, so I went and I was, like, rebooking, and I was like, oh, I usually meet with, like, this girl, and then I was like, oh, can I do this day? And I was like, I usually meet with this girl, and they were like, oh, yeah, she'll be here, and they were like, it's actually gonna be her last day, and I was like, stop, like, God. I love her, like, I overshare to her, and so then I told Dan about it, and he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, bitch, like, what are you talking about? He's like, I feel like you talk about her more than, like, your past, like, flings, and I'm like, that's because I didn't like them.
Yeah, like,
I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just love my wax girl, like, I just want to hang out with her. No, literally, like, I'm like, I love her, but I've gone through, like, so many people there, because, like, I'll have like certain people I go to, and then they like get transferred or they just like leave, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So now I have to like meet another person and like get to know them. And like I hate that.
That blows.
So,
well, where is she going? Is she going somewhere else? Oh,
no idea.
Well, you could ask.
I have
you
to
could just
her.
follow her there wherever she goes.
I've done that with my hairdresser.
Yeah.
This is like my third place I'm with my hairdresser.
Honestly, slay. Good for you.
I love her.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are loyal to their hairdressers because that's how like my mom has so many customers. Like all of them are like her loyal customers of like so long.
Because the like salon that they were at initially, it was something weird where like the whole staff got like fucked over because they were like the higher up management was like, so we sold the place or whatever, and they were all like, what?
And I think like working for a salon just like sucks. I'm pretty sure you have to like pay to like have a spot there and like it's like a whole thing.
I don't know. So like that whole
mafia.
Yeah.
It's very drugs.
Yeah.
Like the whole staff basically up and left to like a different place. So every place that I've gone to, it's like the whole staff is at another spot basically.
Yeah.
But then my hairdresser and like those girls, like they opened up their own salon. Queens. So now that's where they're at. So I'm like, oh,
good for
I
them.
love that for them.
Literally good for them.
And my dad like knows one of the girls that works there, her mom is like friends with like my dad because I don't even know her.
I think you've told me about this before.
Her like uncle is friends with my cousins and all this stuff. I'm like, what is going on? So then I like went there one time and her sister was there and she's like, this is so and so's daughter, and I'm like, oh god, this is my legacy now. Just like I was like, please no, but they love him for some reason, so I'm like,
oh
okay guys, like thank you, but. Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
I know, I feel bad I don't have, like, updates on anything.
That's okay.
Like, I don't do anything.
That's okay, me neither, honestly. Like, I have, like, my 2 updates. I'm like, oh, I went to a concert, and, like, I developed film, and, like, other than that, all I've done is play Stardew Valley. So, like...
What about Viva Pinata?
I've been playing Stardew Valley. I haven't even been playing Viva Pinata. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That was quick.
Well, I'll come back to her. Like, trust. She'll, like, I will return. Trust. Should we get into the content cop? So here's the thing. If you're on the internet and you know that, like, iDubbbz made a new content cop and it's like, oh my god, like, we're in a recession. Like, this is crazy. The thing about iDubbbz and content cop is that, like, when I think of iDubbbz and content cop, I think of the one he did on Tana Mojo. And like I was like, okay, so this is kind of like the perfect opportunity to talk about like the lore that Jenny has with Tana Mojo because it's like it's cray.
You know what's so weird too? I was thinking about it like coming here today. Tomorrow is like 9 years since the first time I met Tana.
Aww.
And I'm like, oh my god, guys,
that's huge.
Tana.
Like that's
love
crazy.
Her. I feel like I can't even get into like all of it because it just like it's like me being embarrassing and stuff too. But like chronically online, fan account, back in the day. But I'm like I was like an OG fan because I remember being there like before she hit 1 million subscribers. Like all like I met her right like I feel like she hit 1 million really quickly, just like within that year and stuff. But I'm like, I was already on YouTube, Stan Twitter, which is so embarrassing, just as in general. I was obsessed with YouTube.
I was too, at one point, and I think about how, like, there's been, like, a lot of different YouTubers that I've been, like, obsessed with, but I feel like you've had a phase with, like, literally every YouTuber ever.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Just, like, every single one. You had a phase at some point, even if it was, like, really shortly where you were, like, into them. Because I was thinking about, like, iDubbbz. I'm like, you're the one that showed me the, like, content cop on Tana, which I think is, like, really funny because you were such a big fan of her. I know. But you were like, you have to watch this.
I know, because I didn't even know who he was until the one about Tana. Because obviously I'm, like, a fan of her. So I'm like, who is this guy? Yeah. Like, what's going on?
And then also, like, I was thinking about, like, H3 because, like, that's what the content cop was on. And I was like, you had, like, phases where you watched him too, right?
I watched him a little bit, but I feel like I got into him when he did the show with Trisha.
Yeah.
That was, like, I was seated for that. Every week I'm like, okay, this is, like, my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
So I was, like, a big fan then, and then that ended, and I kind of just stopped being a fan. Yeah. Not in, like, I hate him, or I hate Trisha. It was just, like, okay, my show is over. Yeah, like, let me not do this anymore.
My thing with him is, like, I feel like there's just... It would be like he'd make one video that was like really good and I'd watch that and I'd be like, oh, this is a good video, and then like his like videos would keep coming up on like my YouTube like homepage or whatever and I'd watch them until I was like, this is kind of ass, you know?
Yeah.
And then, so I feel like he's had like a few bangers, like this is like years and years ago. He's been crashing out for like a while now.
Yeah.
But like, so I've had like kind of in and out phases of like watching his videos. Always like casually though, like nothing like
because he
on
had
the stand,
his like podcast, and he would have different people on it, like
Yeah.
Post Malone was
Yeah.
on it, and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't even know
Yeah.
what to say about him. I just remember loving Frenemies, and then I wanted to buy the merch, but like at the time when their merch finally came out, they like weren't even friends anymore, and I was like, I didn't buy it, and I'm like, I should have bought something.
That
was,
whole
like, a
thing
relic.
was just like crazy.
I'm kind of dressed like them right now, like the pink and black.
Love.
I'm like, okay, Frenemies. Like, I love
It's
them.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how he's had like podcasts with like a bunch of different people, and then like always fallen out with them, because like he had one with Trisha, and then he also had one with Hassan.
I didn't even know about that until the content cop. I was
Well,
like,
it was-
I'm on a different side of the internet at this point.
So
I'm
it's
like,
funny
I
because
don't...
like watching the content cop he made on Ethan, I was like, it's just like, I mean, at least for like the first half of it, I was like, I already know all of this because I like watch Hassan. But the thing is, like, I don't like with Hassan, like, I kind of just like, I mostly just watch like the YouTube videos where it's like a 30-minute video like from his stream of like him talking about a specific thing, and then like whatever. And so like I don't really watch his streams unless like something big is happening. Like I'm thinking of like when like the day of the election, when like the results were like rolling in, we were like watching the Hassan stream. But other than that, I just kind of like watch his videos, but like whatever based on like whatever the title is. Like I'm like, oh, okay. And like I feel like because I watch his videos, like I'll get the ones where like he's talking about Ethan Klein, but I'm like, I literally just like don't care. But like sometimes I'll watch them, so I'm like kind of familiar with their beef, but like it's so like one-sided where it's just like Ethan's just been crashing the fuck out because like Hassan supports Palestine, and like Ethan like loves Israel. And like you know, Hilo is literally an IDF soldier. Like that's so fucking crazy. Like we need to send her coordinates to Hamas. Like
her coordinates.
Like but like fuck them. But like it's kind of like, it's honestly kind of funny like how he's literally just been like crashing out, and he's like literally obsessed with Hassan. Like he literally talks about Hassan like every fucking day. And it's like Hassan will make a video about him like maybe like once every few weeks or something like that, where he's just like, I have to talk about this because he's acting crazy.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know any of that was going on.
Yeah.
At all.
It's been going on for like a while.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's, again, it was like Frenemy stopped, and I was like, okay, bye everyone. And then I'd seen some stuff like, just, I think it's more like if Tana is involved that I'm watching, because I know there were certain points where like they had like, I don't even know, like Ethan did some like award show thing like live in Hollywood, and Tana like showed up in like a I Heart Trisha shirt, and people were like, oh my god, honestly, why did you do that? Like, not, they were actually mad, but it was just like a funny thing of people talking about it. So I'm like, if Tana is in the title, I'm watching. So I hadn't seen anything. So when I was watching the content cop, I was like, I am just like not on this side of the internet.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay,
even it's like,
but it was still interesting.
Yeah, I am on that side of the internet, I guess, but it's like I'm still kind of like, I just like I don't care. Like it's not, well, I shouldn't say I don't care, because I will every now and then like watch, like I said, I'll watch Hassan's videos about it, but it's like it's literally been going on for so long, and I'm like, what? Like it's like, what can he do and say now that he hasn't already? Like he's just been tweaking and crashing out for like so long, and it's just like I just don't give a fuck about Ethan Klein. Like and it's like I almost wish people would just like stop fucking talking about him in a way, but it's also, then there's the other part of me that's like, okay, well, it's kind of funny that like not only is he like crashing out because like Hassan supports Palestine, but I feel like he's crashing out because like so many people support Palestine, and that he's like loves Israel, and so he's just crashing out about that because he's like, I think he's like scared, and like that's the part that's like funny to me, and I'm like, good, like you should be scared and you should be crashing out, like fuck you. But other than that, it's like, again, like he just shouldn't even have a platform. I thought the iDubbbz video was good though. Like I said, for like the first half of it, I was like, I kind of already know all of this, but then like I feel like it was interesting hearing him talk about like the working conditions that like the people who work for Ethan are like in, and like I don't know, just like him as like a content creator, and like how he expects like other people to like defend him and shit, but then he like wouldn't do that for other people. Like I thought that aspect of it was interesting.
I know I need to watch more of it, because I did watch like a good like probably like 30 minutes
long.
of it, but then we were talking about that earlier, and Emmy had said the thing about like just the employees and stuff, and I was like, I felt like I was talking about like old friends. I'm like, oh my god, like Olivia and Dan. I'm like, well, I know these people by their names and stuff. Sometimes I'm kind of interested in that, to see like keep watching the video and hear more about that, because the people are such a big part of the show, because it's not
Sometimes
just Ethan.
Like, whenever I, like, tune in to, like, somebody talking about the, like, his podcast and, like, they'll show clips from it, I'm like, these people still work for him? Like, that's crazy, because, like, he's evil and, like, insane.
Some of them were there when Frenemies was happening, too. Like, that was, like, 2020.
Because, like, that guy, I don't know his name, but, like, there's, like, the guy.
There's
he has, like,
AB.
a beard.
I think it's AB and
like,
Dan.
I feel like he's been on it, like, forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'll have to go back and, like, finish the video.
Yeah.
Just to, because it was still interesting hearing it, but I'm like, wait, the work stuff, I'm, like, invested in that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's one of those jobs where it's like, how do you leave that? Because he's so crazy. I feel like if you were to be like, here's my 2 weeks, it's like, no, you can't leave me.
Yeah, I don't even know how he'd react. Like,
team up with
crazy.
iDubbbz after, like,
true.
Hey.
Fucking iDubbbz. It's crazy. iDubbbz is so back.
I don't even know. It's so interesting that he's like, not still famous, because I don't keep up with iDubbbz at all. I don't know, like, how big he is now or, like, who's following him. But it just, like, you think of iDubbbz and you think of, like, those kids in high school who are, like, the edgy, like, you're probably racist. Like, type. It's just, like,
well, that's the thing. I guess, like, again, I don't really keep up with him either. Like, this is the first time, like, I have watched anything from him in, like, forever. But, like, I guess what happened is, like, he kind of was like, okay, like, those types of people, like, that are my fans, like, I don't want to have those kinds of fans, and like, I don't, like, stand for, like, the types of things that, like, you guys do, and so now they all, like, hate him. So that's my understanding of what happened, right?
I think I'd seen clips of him talking about people who would come up to him in public and the things they would say, and he's like, these people are weird and like awful, and I'm like,
I bet.
I can't even imagine.
Well, because like so much of his content was so like, it was so horrible. Honestly.
Yeah,
I
mean,
It was really misogynistic. It was really racist. Like, it was really not good, but very much a product of the internet at that time. And he's like, I think he regrets a lot of that kind of content. He's not happy with the kind of community that he had or the kind of content that he made. And he did apologize for it, and now he has like a really hot OnlyFans girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, I'd seen that.
Is like much more normal.
Locked into that.
Yeah, I haven't. Em's been telling me about this, but I haven't actually seen what she looks like. But like,
because I remember people were like, kind of, when they said that they were dating, like, again, not even on that side of the internet, but I feel like it was something where people were like making fun of him because it's like people are just annoying about like OnlyFans and stuff like that anyway. So they're like, how could you date an OnlyFans girl? And like, it's just, like
you're
like
mad as hell. Ooh, yeah, she's bad. Like, they can't even get a girlfriend, period, and they're mad that like he's dating an OnlyFans girl. Like,
that's why they're mad.
Yeah, like. But yeah, so iDubbbz
is back.
iDubbbz is back, I guess. But yeah, like I said, I honestly, like, I know that I think I have or had watched like other Content Cops at some point. But like the only one, like when I think of it, it's like literally the only one I can remember is the Tana one.
Yeah. Well, there's other. It was like Keemstar and Leafy.
Yeah, those are the two I remember.
That's like
well, yeah. Well, okay. I was just saying.
Did you do one on Rice Gum or like
Jake
Paul or something?
Right. That sounds right. Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that too because I was thinking about like I think I said this to Em the other day where I was like, H3 to me like literally feels like Keemstar, and so that's why I'm just like I literally just wish people would like stop fucking talking about him because it's like people like that like literally just shouldn't have a platform like.
Yeah.
And it's like he so feeds off of people talking about him all the time.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
That is what his channel has always been
about.
Yeah.
It was so crazy to me watching the Content Cop and then just like his crash out in general, how much he's like a cult leader, low key. Like especially with the stuff like his staff, the way that he expects them to treat him, and just like the way that he expects support, feels very culty.
It's just crazy to me though. I'm like, who like. I'm just fascinated by, like, who the fuck is, like, a fan of him? Like, who the fuck is, like, actively watching his shit? Like, and who's, like, commenting and being like, yeah, like, we love you, Ethan. Like, who's doing that? Like, I just can't I can't fathom, like, somebody doing that. Like, like, why is that what you're doing?
Me during
with your
Frenemies,
time?
where
like,
I'm like,
no, but that's
Frenemies.
so different. That's so different. Because even, like, I never watched it, but, like, I know that, I bet it was lit. Like,
it was the best time ever because Trisha was on it, and she would talk about, like, David Dobrik, and, like, they honestly kind of started, like, the revolution against David Dobrik.
Exactly.
And, like, being so, like, outspoken about, like, Jeff and, like, all this stuff that happened and all that, and I'm like, that was everything, because I hate David Dobrik.
Yeah, fuck David Dobrik.
He's, like, awful.
Well, that's the other thing is, like, Ethan's, like, definitely had some W's, like, in the past. Like, he's done some good things, and that's why it's so weird, because I feel like even, like, back in the day, like, whenever I did, like, watch his videos sometimes or whatever, it's, like, so weird, because he'd have, like, such a good take and, like, do something, like, really good, and then it was, like, the next week he was doing some insane shit. Like, he's kind of always been a tweaker. Like, I don't know what the fuck his deal is. Like, he's just such an insane person. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like to even just be live streaming and being, like, that invested in, like, who's talking about me and stuff, it's just, like, you're a different type of person. Like, to be live streaming, just anyone. No matter who you are, good or bad or whatever, it's, like, to always be live or always be crazy. Doing that, I could not do that.
I don't get how people do that.
I would be freaking out always.
He's loved. Look at him. Sorry. Noodle is so fucking cute.
I remember when I started working at Hot Topic, there was this girl there, and, like, I'm like, we're mutuals still on Twitter, like, love you, girly. But she was just funny, because when I met her, like, some of the things she would say to me, like, I was like, I, like, get it, you know, I was like, I should be offended, but I'm like, you know what, I gotta give it to you, because I met her, and she was like, she said something to me, she's like, I feel like you watched, like, Dan and Phil, and I was like,
way that you, that's, like, the one YouTuber you didn't watch.
Yeah, I'm like, that was, like, family, you know? I'm like, that's Ohana.
That's Ohana?
Literally stole
that's
it from Caleb. Well, how he said that with, like, Drew and Brittany Broski. He's like, that's Ohana. I'm like, okay. But, I was like, okay. Like, I was like, you got me there. I'm like, no, unfortunately, Shane Dawson was, like, my favorite. But
that's the other thing. I had on fucking, and not because I feel like the D'Angelo Wallace video on Shane Dawson, like, that was, like, a game changer. Like, once you watch that, it was like, okay, his career is
turning
over.
Back. Yeah.
And I feel like that just summed up, like, everything so well. But I was watching another video about Shane Dawson. It was, like, a deep dive into Shane Dawson, and it was, like, 3 hours long. And I don't think I finished it, but I got most of the way through it, and I was just like, this is, like, he's just crazy.
Yeah.
He's just crazy.
I know. There's so many, like, YouTubers, not even to, like, just be like, oh, let me defend it, but so many of them are so awful.
Yeah.
And again, I still watch Tana. I still keep up with her, so it's like, I'm, like, being a hypocrite. But so many of them, it's like, oh, my God.
Okay, here's the thing, because I was thinking about Tana because, like, when you were really into her, like, I never really liked her, and I was like, like, I don't like her, like, whatever. But then, now when I think about it, I'm like, she was literally, like, how old was she when she started her channel? Like, she was young, right?
I think, like, because when I first met her, I met her in 2016. She was 17.
That's crazy.
She, like, I think she started in 2015, so she was, like, 16, 17.
Yeah, like, she was so young. And I also, like, last night I was thinking about, like, when, like, so many people were, like, bringing up the fact that there was, like, videos of her saying the N-word or whatever the fuck. And it's, like, she couldn't even, like, she would, like, tweet, like, in support of, like, BLM or whatever, and everyone was like, well, you said the N-word, like, this, like, whenever, when you were, like, fucking 12, and so, like, and so, I just was thinking about, like, how, like, shitty people were to her, and it's, like, not even, like, in a way where I'm, like, I'm defending the fact that she, like, said the N-word, but just the fact that, like, she was, like, literally, like, a child then, and then, like, she, like, clearly has, like, grown and changed, but then, like, nobody can accept that. Like, everyone's like, no, like, you're a piece of shit because you did this thing when you were 12, like, and so I feel like that's an attitude that people have had towards her for, like, a really long time, and, like, I think that's, I think it's shitty, like.
Yeah, it's always conflicting, just in stuff like that, like, with, like, cancel culture, because it's, like, you obviously want, like, with the whole thing with Chapel, where it's, like, you want to be, like, platforming people that you align with or agree with and supporting stuff like that. And you want people to know, like, hey, guys, you kind of fucked up when you did that, but I don't know. It's, like, do you want them to change? Do you want them to go off the internet forever? Like, it's just very, like, conflicting, because some people are, like, obviously worse than others, too, and, like, the things that they do, but I don't know. But Tana, I feel like her fan base is very, like, not like, oh, everyone's so loyal, like, turning a blind eye, but I mean, like, she's kept so many of the same fans, too. And, like, one of the girls that I went to the tour with, like, she had been watching Tana for years too, and we, like, literally only knew each other because of Tana, and we were like, she literally, like, flew to Boston for us, so I'm gonna go see Tana. And Tana has said on the podcast, like, so many people that came to the tour, they'd be like, oh, I met you when I was, like, 16 and now I'm, like, 20 or what, I don't know.
I love that, because it's definitely, like, I don't know, she's I don't, honestly, like, I should start listening to her podcast. Like, I know that she has that, and I'm like, low-key, I should start listening. But, like, I can tell just from, like, having, like, seen clips from her podcast, like, I'm like, she's, like, grown and changed, like, so much since she, like, first started. And I think that that's just, like, nice to see. And it's, like, I bet, like, her fans have, like, stayed with her the whole time because it's, like, they've grown and changed, too. And it's, like, okay, well, like, you're growing together or whatever, like.
I know, I sound so parasocial, too, because it's, like.
No, but, like, you and Tana are friends. Like, that's the thing. That's the lore with, like, Jenny and Tana, is that they're literally friends. Like, Tana, like, knew Jenny, like, by name. Like, like, they're friends.
I know, I'm like, that's literally oomph, like.
Yeah, like you're like your
Instagram
relationship
mutual.
Your relationship with Tana is like what, like, anybody who stands anyone like dreams of, like, happening to them.
I'm like, guys, for the record, I did pay to meet her again. Like, I did pay. I'm like, we weren't texting, like, we're mutuals on Instagram, but
like, love.
No, because when I met her, like, so the last time I had met her, so I met her on her tour in September of, like, last year, but before that, the last time I had met her was in 2016, and so it's been,
really?
like, a big jump.
It was that long?
Mm-hmm. Wow. And so this was my third time meeting her, like, this time, and I was like, oh my god, because my friend is like, she's gonna, like, remember you, like, she's gonna know who you are, and I'm like, I don't know, because it's been so long and stuff, and I'm like, Tana, like, she had her Xanax phase, like, she's not gonna remember me. And so I, like, walked up, and I thought, like, I knew if I told her who I was like, she's gonna know who I am, but, like, it was the fact that I, like, walked up and she instantly, like, by my face, like, knew who I was, and Brooke was standing there, and Brooke was like, are you guys, like, friends? Like, Brooke was like, what is going on? And even Tana was like, you, like, changed your hair, like, all this shit about me, and I'm like, it's so crazy.
Like, I would cry.
It's so crazy to think about, because I'm like, because she'll talk about stuff, like, on her podcast where she's like, I don't remember things from my life, and, like, she did, like, drugs and, like,
but
just
you
her
guys were best
childhood, and I'm like,
friends.
she remembered my face and, like, my name.
You guys were literally best
I'm
friends.
like,
how could you
Tana,
forget an old friend? How could you forget an old friend? Like,
and I, like, had, like, different thing, like, old tweets, like, printed out. Like, I, like, brought it with me. I was like, hey, girl.
Wait, like, what, like, tweets that you sent to her?
I think just, well, she had, like, a tweet one time to me. It was like, I'm a day one Jenny stan, or, like, shit like that. Or I printed out old pictures
They
of
were
us.
friends.
Old
like,
pictures of us.
They were
like,
literally
from
best friends.
Like, so I'm like, hey, girl.
Yeah, Jenny went to fucking Playlist Live. Did you ever go to VidCon?
No, that was, like, my dream. Like,
one day.
My dream was to go to VidCon, but I did go to Playlist Live, and that's
Playlist
where
Live
I first
was
met her.
The better one, anyways.
Oh, yeah. That one was in Orlando.
Yep.
That is so funny that I went, because it's, like, I was a freshman in high school, and it's, like, begging my mom to bring me.
To bring you to Florida.
I don't have the money to go to Playlist Live right now, and I'm an adult. Like, it's, like, thank you, Mom, for bringing me to that. But it was so crazy, because, like, I was on, like, YouTube stan Twitter, so it was kind of, like, the best weekend ever for me, because it's, like, you get to meet all of these people from Twitter, just, like, friends and stuff. So many of them, it's, like, I'm still, like, keep up with on Instagram and all that, but
I never went, but I remember, like, when it was happening, and, like, all my moods would be, like, there and, like, meeting each other, and I'm like, like, you know, like, the meme of, like, SpongeBob when it's, like, Squidward looking out the window.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, that was, like, me on, like, Playlist
like,
Live weekend. Like, guys, please.
It was so weird being there, because it was always at the same hotel, so I'm like, wait, this is, like, where it always is. Like, oh my god. But oh, that was when I was, like, peak of my Twitter account, too, because, like, Tana was, like, blowing up, but I was gonna meet her, and, like, she had, like, not that she, like, she knew me on Twitter, but it's, like, we would DM each other. Yeah, like, she had messaged me being like, I can't wait to meet you and stuff. So my whole thing with meeting Tana for the first time was, and, like, she loves Lil Wayne, the rapper, and so I brought, like, a picture of Lil Wayne, and I was carrying it around the whole weekend. And Tana, like, if you knew Tana, obviously it's, like, people knew her, but she wasn't, like, what she is now, where, like, everyone there knows Tana now. But it was, like, a thing where I had it all weekend, and people were like, what is that? I'm like, we're trying to meet Tana. And, like, we would see the same people that, like, did you meet Tana yet? Like, it was just stuff like that, because I had this stupid piece of paper with me.
Yeah.
And so we had, like, a big group chat with just, like, all of our, like, friends and stuff like that, just, like, random people there. And I remember, like, the hotel was, like, big. Like, the steps I was getting in, it wasn't just, like, oh, we're, like, in this little spot. It's, like, it had, like, a convention center, like, attached to the hotel. Every day I'm doing, like, 20,000 steps, but someone had texted in the group chat, like, Tana is, like, in the lobby or something like that.
Oh, yeah, because it was, like,
sprinting that we had to do. It wasn't just, like, oh, let me take the elevator down, I'll be there in a second. It's, like, no, you have to, like, go. And so I have a video of it, but I'm, like, me, like, pushing people through the crowd. I'm like,
crying.
15. I'm, like elbowing people.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, my God. And so I had my Lil Wayne sign and I, like, held it up. And she, like, knew that I had that because I, like, messaged her about it and stuff. And then she, like, sees it and she, like, is just, like, puts two and two together and she screams and, like, gives me a hug.
Aww.
Like, Tana!
Literally, like, so sweet.
But
like,
it's so weird. I'm like, she's 17 then.
Because you guys were best friends.
Like, that's so weird.
How old were you? Like
15.
Oh, okay. So okay.
I was 15.
You, like, we were, like, so close in age to her.
Mm-hmm. She was born in 98.
Okay.
So, like, Tana,
she's
bestie.
literally big sister.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's our big sister.
But it always felt like she was so much older, too, because, like, the shit she's talking about, too. Yeah. Like, she grew up in Vegas, and then she'd be like...
Wait, she grew up in Vegas? Mm-hmm. That's,
like, all this stuff. I'm like, Tana... Like,
that's so you-core, too.
She felt so old. I'm like, oh, I love her.
Like,
it makes sense. Like, now that I'm, like, seeing her, like, do all this stuff now, I'm like, she is, like... I feel like she's someone where... On YouTube, she's like the Paris Hilton of like the YouTubers and stuff. I'm like, that's definitely why I love her so much, because I'm like, she is someone that I already like anyway.
I forgot that like at Playlist Live, it was like you could like sign up for meet and greets, but then also like they'd just be walking around and you could just like meet them.
Yeah, that's how I met Enya and Drew.
Yeah,
just like walking around. But with Tana, like I didn't have her meet and greet group because she was like so new, and so you had to like log on at a certain time to be like reserving the spot for like the meet and greet. And so then like after that whole thing had happened, she got added into like another group, but it didn't fill up. So like when I was actually at Playlist, like I had gone up to like the booth or something and I was like, can I switch my Sunday meet and greet? And they were like, oh yeah, that's fine. And they like gave me her. So then I was like guaranteed to meet her again. So I was like, thank God that I got.
But that was after you had already met her the first time? Okay. And then when you came back the next day.
Oh yeah, Buddy was there too. Oh yeah. But I forgot Buddy's met Tana before too.
Did she know that you had did you tell her like, this is my twin brother?
I must have. I know the second time we met her, like we were staying there and like she literally because it was like a group thing and she like points at us and she's like, are you guys like related or something like that? So like I was like, yeah, we're twins, sorry. But it's so funny like the picture of Buddy and Tana because he looks like he's 5 years old because we're 15 but Buddy just looks so young.
You need to send it to me so I can like put it up.
I know, I need to find it like immediately because like she's 17 but she also looks older too.
Yeah,
or, like,
she does.
And it's like her hair is all done like she looks like she's like 20 and Buddy's like looks like he's 5 and it's just like, hey Tana, I'm like, this is so funny.
It's like it's making me think of like how your dad met Elvira. Like that was like that was Buddy with Tana.
I'm like, yeah, the Tana lore goes crazy. I don't know. I'm like, love you, girly.
I don't have any lore with like a famous person like that.
Mm-hmm. It's just funny because my friends love Sabrina Carpenter. I talk about her all the time, but like they kind of have that same thing. Not that I don't know the whole story with them, but they've been meeting her since like 2015 and like my friend is like, there's a picture of her on Sabrina's Instagram like from the Short and Sweet tour and I'm like, you guys with Sabrina is me with Tana. And it's just like, funny to think about. I'm like, you guys got the pop star, like I got here I am with Paris Hilton of YouTube. I'm like here's Tana. But I'm like, I just love her. I don't know. I feel like I was thinking about it, I'm like, would I have gotten like meet and greet if I didn't have this like weird parasocial thing with her? I don't know, but I still do like the podcast. Brooke is questionable, but like
is Brooke the like co-host?
Mm-hmm. But I love Paige. They have a friend named Paige and she was like Tana's assistant and I'm like in love with her and I got to meet her at the tour and I was just like, Paige, like
cute. Is she like also on the pod or she just
she'll come on sometimes. I think now they've kind of like integrated her more. Like I think they're touring like in Europe now and like in the promotional pictures like Paige is in them, so I'm like, okay, she's like part of the show now. But she's from Massachusetts and when she came on stage like people were going crazy. Like I think they were louder for Paige than they were for like Tana and Brooke. So but I just love her so much. And I was talking to Dan about it before because he's like watched the episodes. He doesn't really like Paige and I'm like, fuck you, like I love Paige so much.
Yeah, we love Paige.
I'm like, what do you mean? But certain things when it's Tana and Brooke, like they'll talk about stuff and I'm like, even I'm confused and I'm like chronically online and I'm like, you guys, like why are they talking about like Barstool and like Logan Paul, like what the fuck? Not every episode, but when Paige is there I feel like it's more for like the gay people watching and I'm like, thank God. And I didn't even realize that before and Dan is like, I think that's why you love Paige so much, like just the things that she'll talk about and like she loves Ethel Cain, like
Queen.
I'm like,
I love her.
I love Paige.
Never I don't even know what she looks like, but I'm like, literally love you, Paige.
Love her. Like, I'm like, sorry I went my whole tangent about Tana.
No, it's okay. This episode's like for you.
This is like your lore episode.
But, well, one of many lore episodes, because we have all kinds of lore, you know? But big part of Jenny lore.
And I just loving YouTube.
Yeah.
I always wanted to meet Shane Dawson, though, like, back, not now, obviously, because he's, like, a weirdo, but back then, like, I was so obsessed with him and, like, his videos and stuff. Like, that was, like, my hero. I was like, I love Shane Dawson.
I hate him. Like, he's so evil. Like, I just think about it now, and I'm like, he, like, made himself seem like he was, like,
poor.
Like, well, that, but also, like, yeah, he made himself seem like he was poor, which was crazy. It's like, okay, like, you can't.
You said whore.
Poor. Like, you. Like, just because you look like, just because you wear the same fucking shirt every day and don't shower or wash your ass, like, doesn't mean that you're poor, bitch. Like, please.
It's so weird watching those videos back, because I love the, like, group videos, like, Garrett and, like, Morgan, love them, but the way he would talk, and I used to talk like this, like, just very self-deprecating humor and stuff, because at the time it was, like, very low self-esteem. I know I still have my moments, but, like, that's why I loved, like, him and his friends, because, like, oh my god, like, I get them, they have body image issues too. Yeah. Like, those are my twins. But then you watch them back, and it's like, honestly, the day that I stopped, like, making those jokes, I became so much happier. Yep. And then you rewatch them, and I feel like, trigger warning, he'll hang out with, like, Jeffree Star, and, like, in the videos, like, Jeffree never talks about himself like that. Like, Shane will be like, I'm so fat and gross and ugly, and Jeffree is just, like, not giving into it, like, not really laughing at it, not, like, saying, like, anything about it, and I'm like, oh my god, I needed to be more like that, like, not like Shane. But I did really love those videos, like, with all of his friends and stuff.
What I was gonna say is that, like, the way he made it seem like he was, like, such a good person and, like, so giving to others, but it's, like, a lot of, like, the people that he'd have on, and, like, the way, well, honestly, it was just, like, super, like, exploitative, like, how he would, like, have people on, like, he'd make, like, a whole video about, like, helping someone do, like, whatever, and it was, like, actually, he was, like, harming them more than anything. But it's just, like, what are we doing? Like, why are you trying to make me feel bad for Jake Paul and Jeffree Star? Like, I don't care.
The one with,
obviously at the time it was like tea and we were all seated, but I'm just saying, like, now looking back at it, it's just like, that was just so fucking crazy.
Well, because
like,
the Jeffree one, like, is for Jeffree and his, like, makeup brand and, like, money and marketing, it's such a genius move what they did. Like, they made so much money, and it's so weird because I feel like at the time I just thought, like, two friends hanging out, and it's like, looking back, I'm like, that was just, like, for a paycheck, or like, and it was genius what they did together, because, like, even Shane and them had said, like, after his first series on Jeffree, like, the amount of, like, sales that his makeup company had was, like, insane. Yeah. And so for them to be like, let's make the conspiracy palette, like, which I never had, even though I was deep in the Shane lore, I never bought any of that stuff. That's a big flex to never have had. I'm like, as I never bought it, I didn't try. It was also at the same time that I was at college fighting with Buddy. Like, it was that, like, exact time. That's crazy. So I was probably, like, just like, I can't buy this palette, I have to go fight with Buddy on the phone. But
it saved you in a way.
Yeah. But even before all that stuff, which I loved Shane, but then I'm thinking about it too, where I'm like, can I even say that? And I'm like, think of how young I was when that was happening, because I was probably, like, 17 when, like, he was filming with, like, Garrett and Morgan, so imagine how young I was before that. Because I did watch him back in the day, but I'm like, oh, I'm, like, 11. But I did see a TikTok when, like, all those kids were, like, going to Sephora, and they were, like, me laughing at the 10-year-olds, like, in Sephora, and it's like, well, at 10 years old, I was watching Shane Dawson, and I'm like, yeah, that was me, that was my life. But
when you were talking about, like, his makeup palette, because I honestly kind of forgot about how he made a makeup palette with Jeffree Star, like, I'm just thinking about the fucking, like, post is, like, Shane Dawson, he's, like, doing his makeup, he's like, guys, I think I'm getting better.
I think about that all the time. Like, that's me with my lashes right now. Because I wanted to talk about the lashes. Thank you for bringing that up.
Guys, I think I'm getting better.
Because, okay, my thing is, like, everything that I like, it has to be extra. Why do I have spiders on my face right now? Like, I don't know.
You say that every time. Like, literally every time Jenny shows up here with falsies on, she's like, they look so bad. Scary. I'm like, no, it literally doesn't. Like, it looks fine. And putting on falsies is fucking hard.
It's so hard. And there's times, though, where I'll have them on and, like, fully, like, the inner corner is, like, on my eyebrow. And I'm like, hey, guys, I'm here. But it's a thing where I look like I'm at the reaping. I'm gonna say Primrose. Like, I look like Effie. But I'm like, I love them. I feel so fun. But then if I think about them too hard, because we're so close to each other, that's when I'm like, I'm embarrassed. Because I'm like, you're right in my face right now, and you can see them. The camera, I'm like, okay, it's fine. Like, feeling so slay, because I'm like, everything I like has to be dramatic. So
it, like, it actually, like, makes me fucking mad, like,
Shane with the makeup, though, was me doing my lashes.
It makes me fucking mad, like, how fucking dirty and musty he is. Like,
oh, that used to make me so mad all the time. And it was, like, a joke to him. It's like, can you please,
that's
like,
not
put
funny.
a dry t-shirt
Wash your
on?
fucking ass, dude. Like, this is ridiculous.
Because Jeffrey, like, even though Jeffrey is evil and awful in his own ways, like, at least Jeffrey is, like, presentable and, like, looks clean, and you could tell, like, cares about how he looks. It's like, can Shane, like, get some of that, like, can that, like, rub off on him? Like,
oh, I think we're almost at an hour, so
oh no,
we should probably wrap up. But next episode's with Meg. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to unpack.
And then I'm, like, going away, and then it's, like, won't be for a while.
Yeah, Jenny's gonna be going away. I'm gonna have to get someone else on the pod for like a week or two.
Emmy, step up.
I was joking that, like, when you're away, like, Em and I should do the pod, and it's just, like, us sitting in bed, like, really high playing Stardew Valley.
You should.
We could.
You're like, is the camera still on?
I would do a stream.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get into streaming, but nobody would watch. Guys, be honest. If I started streaming, like, would anybody watch? Because I was thinking about, like, what if I streamed, like, me playing Viva Pinata? Like, would anybody care? Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Would anybody care? It feels, like, really humiliating to, like, stream and, like, nobody's watching. Like, that is, like, literally so embarrassing to me. Like,
yeah.
I know it's like, you gotta
chat,
yeah, literally, it's like, you gotta start somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
But it just feels, like, really humiliating.
Yeah.
So
maybe on your Instagram, not on, like, your main, but, like, your, like, spam account.
Yeah,
the real ones will be there.
yeah. I don't know. Comment below, you guys. I think, do you have anything else to say?
No, that was it.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's a little bit of our YouTuber lore. We could, if you guys, like, enjoy this one, we could talk, like, more about YouTube lore, because it's, like, those aren't even the only people that I'm just thinking about O2L. We could do a whole fucking episode on that.
I
like,
forgot
you know,
about them.
like,
miss them,
but, like,
my family.
Yeah, like, literally, like, we were there, so, but yeah, so that's, yeah, you know, hey guys, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Please leave a comment.
Yeah, comment,
like, for the Meg episode.
Yes.
I have notes for Meg's episode already, and it's so funny. Because my notes are just, like, different topics, and then it's, like, I literally have on there, what's your type? It's so funny, because I'm like, why do I seem, like, down bad?
I'm crying. What type of girls are you into, by the way? I'm glad that you're asking that, not me.
Yeah. I was so
like,
true.
because I'm like, okay, like, I want to know the answer, too.
So
like,
true. Yeah. I'm like, I'll break the ice. So,
anyways,
stay tuned for that.
Yeah, next week's gonna be so fun. So we'll see you guys.
Crazy movie.
I think I might have Meg on as a guest when you're away. Like, it'll just be me and Meg.
Okay.
So I don't know. I haven't talked to her about that yet, though. But anyways, next week Meg will be on.
Yay.
And we will see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.